Hey, welcome to another episode of the Rob Report. I'm your host, Robert Bob TV Brown. Before we get into the segment, by the end of this video, I want you to do a few things for me. First of all, if you like the video, hit the like button. Please do. If you don't like it, hit unlike. It's okay. Make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Sometimes, as Jimmy Dole would say, you find yourself unsubscribed and you need to make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Hit the notification bell right next to it so you can be notified when a new video is being dropped. Whoop, there it is. And more importantly, the super chat will be on for this segment, so if you want to donate toward the efforts of Bob TV, that's freely up to you. Any amount will help toward the growth of this channel. My name is Robert Brown with the Rob Report. Let's get into it. Well, good day, good day. Welcome to another episode of the Rob Report. I'm your humble host, Robert Bob TV Brown. How are you doing today? We're going to try our best to be consistent with this Wednesday night and Sunday night broadcast. Most of them will be pre-recorded and uploaded on YouTube and Facebook. We're going to try to build a Facebook audience since I've been shut down from doing live by old Butterbean looking, Sugar Bear looking Mo Roland Martin complaining about me using the old video of him and Joe Stein on TV One and me using the video, and he actually put in the copyright and got me struck. I don't think, honestly speaking, I don't even think Roland was that dumb, because I've talked about Roland like, I've ridden Roland like a horse for the past 3 years, and he never shut me down for stuff like that. And who is he to have the power to shut me down? Now, I want to talk about this attack on free speech, but I'm going to do that on another episode of the Raw Report. I just want to sit here and say this. There's a difference between free speech and freedom to speak. Our forefathers, some of our family members, fought and died for you to have freedom of expression and freedom of speech. There's a difference between free speech and freedom to speak, free to speech. You don't have the freedom to speak about anything, anywhere, anytime you want. I can't go in the library or any other public place and talk about, yo man, Shorty was the bomb last night. I can't do that. They hear that word bomb, alarms go off in there. That's all it take. And here I am, I'm in federal prison, all because I said Shorty was the bomb last night. You do have freedom of expression and freedom of speech. And I do want you to understand that. And there is an attack on people on social media. I mean, from the president on down now. The president has his warranted attacks. He asks for his stuff. But people like me, I've been shadow banned. The moment I start talking about speaking against white supremacy in political parties, when I start speaking that white supremacy resides in both political parties, that white supremacy control the political apparatus. There is no such thing as white supremacists are all Republicans and none of them Democrats. If you believe that, you need to have your head examined. No. White supremacy is a good cop, bad thing. They're going to always play one against the other to get you, have you fooled. Feel like one of them's on your side when they're really not on your side. The only side you need to be on is the side of you and your people. And I'm not talking about acting like you better than the other person, but you need to make sure your people are empowered. That way you have nothing trying to control them or trying to pull away from their power. Malcolm X talked about that in his speech, The Ballot and the Ballot or the Bullet. That you need to detach yourself away from these parties. Start giving people party allowance and build up your community. Build up the strength of your community, the power in your community, the money in your community. Start electing leaders in your community that's going to represent you properly, not within a specific party. You can put them in office as an independent. Especially in your neighborhood, in your district, if you are the minority, if you are the majority in that neighborhood, they can't stop you from putting somebody from your community in that position, regardless whether they're a Republican, or Democrat or not. You could put them in that position, and they'll be there to represent you. Get a chance, go watch, listen to The Ballot and the Bullet. One of the most incredible speeches of all time. And people ask me why you're so radical and why you on Cho's side. It's stuff like that, man. It's stuff like that. That even though I'm a Christian, Malcolm X, who happened to be a Muslim, he didn't really talk about being a Muslim majority of the time. He talked about being black in America and overcoming the injustices that were happening in America. Now, I want to get to a story. Today, Donald Trump, impeached 2 times. 2 times. The first one, knew it wasn't going to go anywhere because they really didn't have nothing really impeach him on. I mean, the Russia thing was just, debunked. There was no proof that Russia hacked the election. Russian people had relationship with people in the Russian government. Of course, you're going to have that, especially if you plan on running for election and things like that. And people like Michael Flynn and all that lying, saying that he, and you know how the FBI twists words and trap you up and stuff like that, So they tried to impeach him on that. When they had a whole bunch of other stuff they could impeach dude on, they didn't want to impeach it because it would have set a precedence against their own mess that they do. Case in point, prosecuting Donald Trump for the emolument clause. Dude making all kind of money as president. Family making buku money as president. He making buku money. Don't you know when he's going back to his business. He's not like Jimmy Carter going back to his peanut farm. He's going back to his business. Jimmy Carter didn't go back to his peanut farm. Jimmy Carter started working on Habitat for Humanity. And to this day, old Pop's still working on homes. While the rest of these people, from the Clintons to the Obamas to the Bushes, you name it, and Trump too, out here doing these speeches for $400,000, $500,000 per speech, hanging out with people in airplanes and all that kind of stuff in different islands and stuff like that. When Jimmy Carter's still out there trying to put people in homes, building homes for the less fortunate. That's a real caring president. Caring about people. Dude, almost, 90 something? Jeez. Well, Donald Trump was impeached for the second time. Now, what's the difference here? Well, he has a lot of people, a lot of Republicans. I think about 7 or 8 voted today in the House. So he is officially impeached. The thing is, they're going to have a hearing. They're going to have a trial. Of course, you want this thing to move fast as you can because you want to make sure that he's convicted, therefore he cannot run again. And that's the whole point. They don't want to have nothing to do with this guy in the future. They want to shut him down. Let me tell you something. You can shut Donald Trump down from running for political office, but this guy has so much power, so much political power, whether you like him or not. He has so much political power. He has one of the craziest, wildest base that people say unhinged, but they have nothing to lose. They'll rather lose it all for their savior, Donald Trump. Yeah, he's a cult leader to the T. But let me get into this. I want to talk about something real quick. Okay, give me a moment. I mean, this is very important. I need to pull this up because this is important to go over, because a lot of people are trying to make excuses for what happened. There's no excuses for what happened. This should not happen.
Because as we experienced Wednesday's horrible events, my first question was, how the hell?
All right, so I want you to take a look at this. This is something important that you want to see. This is from Bloomberg. This is what Trump had to say
many years
about. Dude is trying to explain and trying to not take blame for what happened. And I hear people online talking about he did not tell them to do that. There were peaceful protesters, yeah. There's always peaceful protesters, and then here come the rioters. And that's exactly what these guys were, rioters. These guys came in. Some of them had little stink bombs. Some of them have tie tags. Why would you have a tie tag going into the federal building? Why would you do that? Because you plan on tying people up. You plan on holding somebody hostage. And then you got numbnut ministries, numbnut right-wing pundits are trying to sit there and blame this on Black Lives Matter or blame this on Antifa. Bro, you can't do that, man. You can't do that. You can't scapegoat. You can't scapegoat this one. You're not going to get away from this. You can't scapegoat from this. This is this man's responsibility. His base was out there, okay? He lost the election. They were in the middle of certifying. The whole purpose of the base being there was to let it be known that we don't agree with your certification and we ain't going to have it. Now, how they were not going to have it is a different story, a different question. But the point is, some people took things in their own hands on behalf of Donald Trump. That's why some of you people talking about we're patriots and we're patriots. Man, you ain't no more a patriot than a Pat Riot. A patriot defends the country vigorously. You guys wasn't defending the country. You're defending Donald Trump. That's not a patriot. That's a sycophant. You have made this guy your cult leader. And look, don't get me wrong. There's people just as bad about Obama. They don't believe Obama had no issues. Man, I went through a list of stuff that Obama was considered scandals, but you don't see it because you either want to be blind about it, or the news don't want to explain it to you as scandal, from Fast and the Furious to giving extra money to police forces during the time of the Black Lives Matter, beginning of the Black Lives Matter protests. I mean, mocking Black Lives Matter. Flint, Michigan, heck, they just decided to charge Rick Snyder. Donald Trump, I mean, Obama should have charged Rick Snyder a long time ago. Nah, he buddying with this guy. He's trying to get this guy over. You know what I mean? Get over in wrestling. Get over is mean when you do whatever you can to make this guy look like he's untouchable, like he's the best thing in the world. You'll take a loss just to make that person look good. That's what you call get over. And he went to Flint, Michigan himself, trying to get Rick Snyder open, drinking water or acting like he's drinking water. Man, insulting those people. Look at her. I took a little chip on lead paint when I was a kid. I'm probably like most of you. And I took some chip paint, and I'm still the president. Insulting those people. Then I could talk about Dapple, no Dapple, and how he was not willing to protect the water protectors. He let those private companies sit there and bulldoze those people off of their land. I mean, I can go on and on and on. The drone strikes killing 90% of innocent people, not the terrorists, but mostly grandmas and children and things like. I can go over and over and over again the things that should be considered scandals. But Donald Trump, this is Donald Trump's biggest one right here. This one right here is something else. Let me let you listen to this nutwing.
We've completed the wall. They may want to expand it. We have the expansion underway.
All right, I can't really hear this, but it say they completed the wall. So he's trying to sound good as he's going out of this place. You're out. You're done, son.
Far beyond what anyone thought. We're stopping at large.
So what he's trying to do is go over his record of nothingness. You ain't complete no wall. The wall is not almost done.
Large numbers, the drugs coming into the country for many, many years and decades. We're stopping a lot of illegal immigration. Our numbers have been very good.
All right, I'm not going to go over this. It's too low. Well, let's read this. President Donald Trump rejected any responsibility for the deadly storm of the U.S. Capitol by his supporters last week. Hold up, man. You're going to sit there and do this great speech. You're going to tell these people you're going to be there and you was not there. And then you're going to sit behind a little tent and watch this stuff unfold, and instead of you doing whatever you can to stop it in its track, you sit up here celebrating it, getting your eating your ego up. You love it when these people worship you. You got people that's willing to die for you. You said it yourself. I could shoot somebody in the middle of Times Square and I won't lose a supporter. You know what that makes you, man? When you say you could shoot somebody in Times Square and you would not lose a supporter, that would make you a cult leader. Let me show you something. It's Charles Manson. Because I'm sitting over here telling people Donald Trump didn't order those people to go out and tag. You ain't got to order nothing. Just the fact that you got people there and you able to rile them up. Your smallest speech, your most timid speech can still sound like a rally charge to a radical. According to the case put forward at trial, Manson did not need to explicitly command anything in order for the family members to know what it was that he wanted them to do. So we're talking about Charles Manson. Charles Manson, his followers went into, I think it's Bianca Tate, whatever her name, home and murdered the whole household. And Charles Manson said to this day, I didn't tell them people to go in there and kill nobody. Right here it says Manson did not need to explicitly command anything in order for the family members to know what it was he wanted them to do. See, when you have a cult-like following and you're a cult leader, people will read things in their mind that you may not explicitly put there, but you explicitly put there. Of course, you ain't going to tell them to go out there and storm the Capitol. That would make you an insurrectionist, and you will be out immediately. They will invoke the 25th Amendment immediately. But because you was kind of careful with your words, it's going to be tough for them to really invoke anything. And then you got knucklehead Republicans trying to defend this crap. And all of you need to be ashamed. And all of you sitting up there defending, you're defending insurrection and you're defending traitors to this country. If any black person would have even come them big numbers near the Capitol building, they would have been ready to set it off. Oh, what happened to Capitol Police? Why it was unmanned? And what happened? How did they breach? And how did this and that? Let me tell you something. If black people look, we're right on our guard. We're right on the number. We were not playing around. We came out strong, and we pushed them back. Not with rubber bullets, but real bullets. I'm not going to have that here. White power. Again, according to the case put forward at trial, Manson did not need to explicitly command anything in order for the family members to know what it was he wanted what he wanted them to do. Charles Manson didn't have to tell those people what to do. You can imply, and it still should be considered a crime. Yeah, Tate and LaBianca. Fox News, The Guardian, and HuffPost have all recently used the term serial killer to describe Manson. It is easy to mistake. It's easy mistake to make since Manson group murdered many people in rapid succession, and Manson himself is synonymous with those crimes. Synonymous. Did he officially kill anybody? But Manson wasn't even at the scene when his followers killed Tate and her visitors. Manson was not even there. And like the other articles say, he didn't even have to explicitly tell them, look, y'all go down there. I want y'all to kill them and kill them good. Cut the baby out of her womb and throw the baby around, just sling it around. Do it for me. No, he didn't have to tell them that. And neither do Donald Trump have to tell you to go up there. They're about to certify the election. Are you going to let them do that? You got to be strong. They're trying to stop our movement and blah, blah, blah. We got to be strong. We can't, we're going to go out there and cheer on the ones who's going to support us. Who are they going to support? This country or your people, your cult group, and you being a cult leader? And if you don't support us, we're going to bully you around. Because that's what he basically said without saying it. And for those who are not going to support them, we're going to let them know we ain't going to be so nice to them. You know that man said that. Trump said, I was going to meet you there. Didn't meet him there. Y'all going down with the ship. I ain't going to be nowhere near there. But Manson wasn't even at the scene when his followers killed Tate and her visitors. Abigail Folger, Jay Sebring, Wojciech Frykowski, and Stephen Parent on the night of August 8th, 1969. He was present at the La Bianca murders, but helped only by tying up the couple in their living room. Now, this is a different story. He wasn't present at that first, this particular murder. He was there at that one. After that, he left, ordered his followers to repeat the event of the previous night, but with less mess. Now there, he told them, do what you did last time. Though Manson did not directly perform the killings, prosecutor Vince Bugliosi won a conviction against him on 7 counts of first degree by arguing that he had ordered them. Manson was also convicted 2 murders that he did physically participate in of Gary Hinman, a musician of UCLA graduate student, and Donald Shea, a movie stuntman. Now, he did participate in those, but the other one, remember, the other one said he didn't have to tell them what to do. They knew what to do. You can go down into this and into the story of Charles Manson and the things that he did. Cult formation. After being discharged from prison in 1967, Manson began attracting a group of followers, mostly young women from around California. They were later known as the Manson family. The core members of the Manson group following include Charles Tex Watson, a musician and former actor, Robert Beausoleil, a former musician and pornographic actor, Mary Bruner, previously a librarian, Susan Atkins, Linda Kasabian, Patricia Krenwinkel, and Leslie Van Houten. Let's go to Manson's testimony. Immediately after the defendant's counsel rested their case, the 3 female defendants shouted that they wanted to testify. Their attorneys advised the courts and chambers that they opposed their clients testifying. Appearing, the female defendants wanted to testify that Manson had nothing to do with the murders, covering up for the cult leader. These children that come at you with knives, they are your children. You taught them. I didn't teach them. Oh, let's go back. These children that come at you with knives, they're your children. You taught them. I didn't teach them. I just tried to help them stand up. Most of the people at the ranch that you call the family were just people that you did not want, Manson continued, equating his action to those of society at large. I know this, that in your heart and soul, you are as much responsible for the Vietnam Wars as I am for killing these people. I can't judge any of you. I have no malice against you and no ribbons for you. But I think that it is high time that you all start looking at yourself and judging the lie that you live. So in other words, Charles Manson said, look, you're looking at me, calling me a murderer, and I am. And I implicate, and I pretty much offhandedly endorse murder. Now look at the things that you did as a government. Manson concluded claiming that he, too, was a creation of a system that he viewed as fundamental, violent, and unjust. My father is in the jailhouse. My father is in your system. I'm only what you made me. I'm only a reflection of you. Sound like Trump? Son Trump will say. I'm you. You're me. We got to make this country great again. You want to kill me? Ha, I'm already dead. I've been all my life. I spent 23 years in tombs that you have built. After Manson finished speaking, Judge Older offered to let him testify before the jury. Manson replied that it was not necessary. Manson then told the female defendants that they are no longer needed to testify. Let me tell you something. That's power, where he can say, I'm not going to testify and you ain't going to testify either. On November 30 of 1970, Leslie Van Houten's attorney, Ronald Hughes, failed to appear for a closing argument in trial. He was later found dead in California State Park. His body was badly decomposed, and it was impossible to tell you the cause of death. Hughes had disagreed with Manson during the trial, taking the position that his client, Van Houten, should not testify to claim that Manson had no involvement with the murders. Taking the position that his client, Van Houten, should not testify, claiming that Manson had no involvement with the murders. So these women were going to say, he didn't tell us to do it. We wanted to do it. And you got people right now going around saying, no, Trump ain't tell us to do it. We wanted to do this. This ain't got nothing to do with him. Some have alleged that Hughes may have been murdered by the Manson family on January 25, 1971. The jury found Manson, Krenwinkel, and Atkins guilty of first-degree murder and all 7 of the Tate and LaBianca killings. The jury found Van Houten guilty of murder in the first degree in the LaBianca killings. So Charles Manson didn't even have to do any killing, just the fact that he was around these people. These people who were cult followers of him. What this got to do with Donald Trump? Got to do with plenty. This country and half of America really like that guy. There's certain attributes about that guy that people like. And it's attracted to a lot of people. See, in 2016, the Democratic Party cheated Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders was supposed to start a political revolution. But you can't ask a passive-aggressive person to lead a revolution. He can want to do a revolution all he wants, but he's too much of a passive-aggressive person. He don't have the guts. That's why he was easily bowing down to the Clintons, because he was so scared of Trump being an existential threat. And he was right. Don't mean Clinton get off easy. Don't mean, look, this is one thing I can confidently say. I doubt if Clinton would have motivated her base to do something like that, because believe me, her base ain't got the galls and the balls to do something that crazy. Heck, Bernie Sanders' base supposedly had the balls, probably would have. Matter of fact, some of the people that's in Trump base came from Bernie's base. They didn't support Bernie because he was Democrat. It's because Bernie was trying to do something against the system. And when Bernie Sanders failed them, they weren't going to go with the Clintons because they were part of the system, as Charles Manson would say. So they were going to go with somebody who wanted to so-called buck the system or drain the swamp. He wasn't doing that. That's just that talk. That's that cult leader talk to get you to buy in, to drink the Kool-Aid. Donald Trump said, I could shoot in the middle of Times Square and not lose none of y'all. Why? Because I'm your cult leader. You're going to follow me to the ends of the world. You're going to do whatever I tell you to do. Maybe that's why Joe Biden decided he's not going to have an inauguration, because you don't know what's going on with some of these sycophants of Donald Trump. I'm just talking about Trump right now. You got some sycophants that are willing to do anything for Trump. And when I mean anything, I mean anything. And he think he should bear responsible for that? If they do, you need to start standing up. You rarely stand up against stuff like this. You wait till the last freaking minute when half the place burned up and no people are sitting in people's office. They got tie tags ready to bound and gag people. And you go sit there and finally say a speech when you could have said, look, we're going to go down there. Don't do nothing stupid. Go out there and protest. But we're going to do it as peaceful. Well, that's what he said. Bottom line is, if you know you had some sycophants in that office, for an example, Proud Boys, they're multicultural. They got some gays in that group. But a lot of them sycophants. They will go to the ends of the world for Donald Trump. And if you don't watch it, they starting to look a little like the brown shirts and the black shirts. The brown shirts with Nazi Germany and Mussolini's black shirts. They got on black and gold. And if those guys grow in number and start getting a little more aggressive, they can be a problem to lead to fascism. They're defending Trump. I'm sitting up here watching the impeachment, and I got sycophant, so-called House of Representative leaders trying to defend this mess. Well, we're not going to impeach over this because, we need to have a trial and, we need the country to heal. Heal from what? Bigotry, white supremacy, and Donald Trump trying to motivate and inspire people to overturn the election? You don't think that was an attempt to override? He should have said right then and there in that speech, it's over with. I've conceded. Joe Biden's going to be your president. It's going to be a peaceful transition. Y'all can hang here and party, and we'll probably see you in another 4 years. God knows I don't want to see that. Or my son may do it in another 4 years. Party on, drink on, celebrate, because we'll be right back here in 4 years. He could have said that and go home. No. We can't let them steal this from us. I understand you're mad, but they're trying to steal it from us. We can't let them steal this from us. We need to go out there and let our voice be known about stealing from you. It's not about health care. It's not about Medicare for all. It's not about reparations. It's not about reparative justice. It's not about things that's going to uplift you. It's things that's going to uplift him. And to participate in that make you a sycophant. Donald Trump could have stopped that right then and there when he made that speech. It's over with. It's done. Biden has won, but it ain't over. It ain't over. Celebrate, because in 2024 we're gonna be right back here. Could have did that in the day, go home. No. Those people got inspired by the speeches of Donald Trump that was not directly saying, look, go out there and do what you got to do, baby. He didn't say go in there and bum rush the crowd and go in there and stop them. Tie them up, gag them, cut their arms off, whatever, to stop them from certifying this election. We cannot have this. He didn't do that. He told them to go down there. You got to be strong. We're going to big up the people who got our back, but the people who ain't got our back, oh, we ain't going to be so nice to them. That is what you call leading people into something that's not productive, something that could be riotous, something that could lead to insurrection. You're trying to motivate and inspire these people to stop the certification of electoral college. Let alone, actually, you had the doggone local polling booth area, and people who did that was illegal. That's voter intimidation. So you are going to incite your crowd, your supporters, your Coke group to go out there and intimidate those in that Capitol. And that's what it is. You did it. They did it. You can say whatever you want to say. You should bear responsibility of this. And they did impeach him. Problem is, don't look like it's going to go through a trial. I can't see the Senate voting on it right away without going through the proper procedures, because most of the people saying we need to go through the proper procedures. Democrats just trying to get rid of Trump and make sure he can never run for election again. before Joe Biden hit office. But we need to play this through. The bottom line is this. They're not going to, I don't think you're going to get to 11, 17 Republicans in the Senate that's going to jump on this thing. You're going to get some Republicans in the Senate like you got some Republicans in the House of Representatives. He's impeached. Trying him and convicting him, it's going to be another story. And it's going to be hard to do. It's going to be just like the Charlie Manson situation when some of those murders, Manson ain't had nothing to do with it. And don't get me wrong, he was a murdering clown. But those people willing to do anything for Charles Manson, that they were going to cover up for him, even in the trial, and say that he had nothing to do with it. It was all us. That's how much they love Charles Manson. That's how much a lot of Donald Trump supporters are about Donald Trump. They love Trump so much, they're going to say, he ain't got nothing to do with that. Why are you impeaching him? Why is he in trial? We did that, not him. Dude, he did it. He egged you on. He was ready to start something. And he wanted to use you as the fire on the firecracker. This case with Charles Manson is so much similar to what I'm seeing this. You got cult groups that taking matters in their own hands without the permission of the cult leader directly. And these people are ready to take the blame, all to cover up their so-called king, their so-called God. My president. I'm so sick and tired of people talking about my president. People say that about Barack Obama, say that about Trump. That's my president. Man, if something happened to you, people ain't going to be thinking twice about you behind. Y'all sitting up here sick of fans. Whenever I hear somebody say, my president, and don't say that about the other person, whether you vote for somebody or not, if they win, they still your president. Even though you hate their doggone guts, they still your president. Now, I'm done. I wanted to talk about this before I get off here. Donald Trump has been impeached for the second time. Politicians out there taking to Twitter. I hate you politicians hitting the Twitter. Twitter is just an expression. I can do Twitter. You have the ability to get something done. Stop talking about it and be about it. Same thing for Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders, you can't even say nothing concerning Donald Trump. You could have saved us from Trump and Hillary Clinton, but you decided not to. Now, Hillary Clinton is no Trump. I don't mean she's all that. Not saying she's that good. And I'm not even going to say she would have been a better president. I don't do that. Trump messed up his shot with all his foolishness. She still would have been a warmongering, corporate capitalist, greedy cow. At least she wouldn't incite insurrection, though, because she ain't got the base to do it. Her base was sitting up there crying like a little baby at the Jacob Javits Center. I can't believe it. Oh, God. They ain't going to have the guts or balls or ovary to be able to stand up for real, true issues like reparations, closing the wealth gap, comparative justice, the fight against white supremacy wherever it is, dealing with police overreach. We got people who endorse police overreach stepping into the new administration, Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. They endorsed it. They empowered it. They activated. They participated in the police overreaching, going beyond true criminals and just dealing with anybody who they just want to bully around with. Bernie Sanders shouldn't mention nothing. You had a support base that was willing to do just about anything for you under the sun, but something stupid like that. They would have went to the Capitol for policies, not to save an election to keep somebody in office. When they did try to fight for your election to prove that there was rigging in your election, and there was plenty of evidence of it proven and manipulating and scheming on the part of the DNC, even Donald Brazil admitted to that. You decided to let it be water over a bridge. You can't do that to your supporters. Donald Trump ain't doing that to his supporters. That's what makes him a cult leader, and that's the reason why people follow him like a cult. Because he kissed their behind just as much as they kiss his behind. Oh, they stroking each other off, man. Stroking each other off. You decided to, get rid of your people and encourage them to go, vote for my good friend Joe Biden. I'm done. I am done. I don't know if I told you this. My brother blessed me with a camera today. This is a Sony. Nice camera. I could use it as a DSLR camera with the right hookers, but I got a Nikon here. This is going to be over here. I'm fully supplied, thank the Lord. I got microphones. I got all that. I'm blessed when it comes to this podcasting thing. I don't want for nothing now. I mean, I don't need a new studio setup. What I'd like to do is get my numbers back up, but they got me on the shadow ban because they don't like the stuff that I talk about. They don't like that I'm not partisan, that I don't support either candidate. They want me to lean more toward either Republican side or Democrat. If I go full Tommy Lauren or full Ben Shapiro, they'll have my back. If I go full Ben Dixon, TYT, MSNBC type, they'll give me, they won't unsubscribe people from watching me. These knucklehead fools unsubscribe my subscribers. A lot of my subscribers don't even know they unsubscribe. They did that on purpose, and they specifically certain words I can't even put in the title, otherwise people won't even see it. What did I do? I didn't start an insurrection, but I have been telling my people that the only person that you can trust is your own community. I told my people don't trust the Democratic Party, and you don't trust the Republican Party. Trust your own community. Come together as one. Vote on principles and don't vote on parties. Vote on platforms and track records. Be willing to say, if you're not going to support my community, kill your behind on. Be willing to say that. Have the guts to back it up. Sometimes you got to deny these people. Even in the face of fear, you got to deny them. You got to at least let it be known. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not ever going to tell you I'm going to support you. I'll keep that on the low. You won't know until, you will never know. I'll still go vote because there's more than just a political party to vote for. There's ballot initiatives, ranked choice voting in some states now. There's a whole lot of things that's available for you to vote for, like ballot initiatives, let you vote for, marijuana legislation, let you vote for Medicare for all and things like that. Ballot initiative. We need more ballot initiatives. We need to take the power out of the hand of the politician and let the people vote on these things. But look, if I decide to vote for president, you would never know who I voted for. Why? Because it's none of your business, number one. And number two, I'm a different voter. Number one, I don't vote on bigots. I don't vote on outright bigots, and I don't vote on bigots that have laid down policies that are outright bigoted. And I don't support people who go out there and use policies, bigot policies, to oppress certain segments of society. I'm not going to vote for that guy. You can. But I voted for Jamal Bowman. Met Jamal Bowman in Mount Vernon. Chopped it up with Jamal Bowman. We talked about black empowerment. We talked about black equality of wealth with whites, that we need to do something drastically to even the playing field. And then we talked about reparative justice, and we talked about reparation. I don't like to use reparative justice. That's a fancy way of saying reparation because people don't like the word reparation. Well, you just ain't gonna like it because I'm gonna say it. Country horse. Folks, We got to do whatever we can to make sure we don't get no more cult leaders running this country. Hitler was a cult leader. Mussolini was a cult leader. People worship Ronald Reagan as if he was some kind of god. People worshiping Trump as if he's some god. Heck, some people worship Barack Obama like he's some god who can never do no wrong. A person who could never do no wrong is God. Don't you talk about my Obama. Don't worry, let me get my picture and hug it. Bruh, I'm going to talk about them all. I don't have no favors. Yeah, Barack Obama was one of the most classiest, smooth talking, make America look good. He could cover up our dirty work. We got a lot of dirt, boy. He was sure good at throwing a magic towel over where you couldn't see it. When people like me pull that thing down so you can see. Look, we're going to bring all the troops home. No more wars. People still out there dying. You took it from 4 wars to 7. You uplifted the proxy wars. You made the proxy wars more. I can go on and on and on and on and on and on. But this is about Trump. Trump is out. Trump has been impeached twice. That is a shame. That is a scar. 1 time is enough, but 2 times is bad. Now, to keep him from getting a position of public office, they got to convict him and try him. They're not going to be able to do this. I know you want them to get this done before next week over with, but it's not going to happen. I don't think the Senate's going to call an emergency room and just remove Trump. Mike Pence, even though he certified the election, he's going to protect Trump. He's going to do whatever he can to try to keep him in there. Keeping Mitch McConnell an opportunity to vote no. He said he will vote no. A lot of Republicans in the Senate say they'll vote no. This thing has to hit the Senate, but I don't think it's going to go through by the time he's out of office. But they still need to continue to push for the convention. Now, Tish James over here in New York got her own thing she's dealing with Trump on, but we need, this country need to push the conviction of him for him inciting a riot. And he did incite a riot. He did incite a riot that people decide to take it. He probably may not say, look, I want y'all to be insurrectionists. He probably didn't say that, but he still implied it. These people were so souped up and jacked up on that speech of Donald Trump that they went to the Capitol and went way further than the people who came for Medicare for all. Those people came in and took matters in their own hands, all in the name of Donald Trump and his election. And that right there makes him complicit all along. And that right there means he should be charged and not hold public office again. Now, they ain't going to do anything because he's going to run his mouth. He's going to be big mouth almighty, tongue everlasting like he was before he ran for office. He's going to be ridiculing people, making them feel shame. And these people got to be strong enough to clap back at him. He's going to do that. And then if he don't run, if they can't successfully put him in a position where he can't run again, he'll run in 2024. If not, his son will run. That guy is worse than Trump. He's a spoiled-mouthed brat, meaty-mouthed, arrogant, cocky son of a gun. Take after his old daddy. I'm Rob Brown with the Rob Report. I'll holler at you later. I'll see you next Sunday at 10 o'clock. I'll let you later. Peace.